fatal heart impacts, past painful scars. In fact, I blast tasteful bars and pass. I back up my actions, fact don't ask, grab reactions, jacked attack with every word, then act with class as they hear me snap. I got nothing to lose, cause I fought and felt the bruise. Now I'm not the one confused, call the shots and they produce. I ain't lost, I'm finally loose, pick a new silver excuse. I need the views to boost me to a new abuse of being used. Everybody wants a piece now, y'all can rest in peace now. You're dead to me, so peace out. Remember, you're discreet out. Get ready for defeat now.
Alrighty. Hello everybody. This is Kirusho here, and now, whenever we last left off, Izuki Midoriya, she was involved in a little incident with the police and a drug bust gone wrong. Or a weapons deal gone wrong, not a drug bust, my bad. No. She got into a bit of a car chase, eventually being able to lose the cops and sneak away with all the weapons, hiding the car in an abandoned warehouse, where she is certain no one will at least check. She looked into the records of the building, finding that the place has been abandoned for almost 25 years. And with the current way the system around the warehouse is set up, it's harder to break into. Even then, she herself has begun to put precautions into place. And the building is not set for demolition, since it's in a fairly populated area. Now, with all of that being said, it has been roughly about 3 months. And Izuki, she is currently sitting in class today, as a lot of people have gotten done with their assignments. Meanwhile, Izuki, she is just staring out the window, trying to focus on what she should be doing tonight. From some of the information she got from that one gun owner's phone, you can say, she does think there's something going on. In fact, some of his contacts do still try and contact the man, unaware that he's dead. So that means that they probably never saw his actual face. Now, she actually does think on this. However, this is where the bell does actually ring, and everyone is told to turn in their test. Izuki standing up, walking over and turning hers in. As some people do actually go on stating that they're actually quite surprised about that girl. Some of the guys actually whispering to themselves that she does seem pretty scary, right? Yeah, but not just that. I don't think anyone knows what her quirk is. Really? But what about her hair? I don't know. It's just red. No, look closer. What do you mean? Well, it looks like she might have like a needle quirk for her hair. Her looking in that direction. All those guys shutting up. Now, as she does go to leave, walking out of the classroom, a group of girls do actually run up to her. All of them are in her grade, asking Izuki if she would like to come with them. Where exactly would you go? And why do you want me to go with you? Oh, well, it's quite easy, well, one of the girls spake it out, saying that they wanted to go to this cafe place. Okay, why do you want me, though? Well, it's a very fancy place, and it seems like your sort of style. It's got this mysterious kind of vibe to it. Is that it? Because I feel like there's another motive. How late do you plan on staying out today? Huh? Well, clearly you want something else, right? In case someone does try and attack you or a villain decides to try and get you. Is that why you want me? No, it's not that. Another girl Somebody just saying that she seems like she's pretty lonely. She's always very, well, distant from people. Her going to reach her hand out and grab Yuzuki by her hand. Now, Yuzuki, she quickly slips her hand behind her back, telling them that that is not a good idea. Why? It's because of my quirk. Oh, what is your quirk? I'm not going to tell you, but just know that you can't touch me. In fact, it's kind of dangerous. It does also have something to do with my hair. Oh, okay. A few of them trying to piece this all together. That's strange and odd. However, after some convincing, and someone saying that they'll buy her a cup of coffee, she reluctantly does go. Now, as soon as they do arrive at the place, Izuki is quite intrigued, as she does look around, her scanning the area. Now, these girls were telling the truth. This place doesn't look like any coffee shop she's ever been to, especially whenever she was on a stealth mission once, back home in Russia. Now, with all that being said, she does actually sit down, and they ask Uzuki if she's going to remove her gloves, to which she just says no, in a very cold and harsh sounding tone. Now, the waiter does come up to them and ask them all exactly what would they like to drink. Izuki just saying that she would like a plain black coffee, while everyone else is beginning to order some fancy drinks. Now, as soon as that does happen, the man does actually set them all down in front of them. Izuki immediately bringing her hand down and grabbing the coffee. She grabs the cup by the handle as she goes to go to drink it. Her eyes widening as she actually does smell it. This is no ordinary coffee. This doesn't smell like any brand that she's known here. Now, along with that, she actually does turn around and look at this man. Now, the man does seem to have a little bit of a smile. And he does at least have long black hair. We're going to ask him exactly what type of brand is this. Oh, I'm not too sure. But sorry about it. It's one of the only brands we do have left. What do you mean, have left? Well, I believe it's a Russian blend. That's strange. Why is that, Uzuki? Oh, no reason. It just reminds me of home. Now, Izuki realizes what she just said, as all of them do look at her, wide-eyed and beginning to ask questions. You're from Russia? Oh, yeah, but please keep it down. Now, with that, her trip to the coffee shop is done, and eventually she does go to leave. Now, with that being said, Izuki, she then does go out on patrol later that night. Her heading out and beginning to try and gather some information. Now, she does track targets who do begin to start coming into the country. And next week, a man will be coming into the country and dropping off data somewhere. The data that he's dropping off, it is quite confidential. Or at least must be important. Because they didn't even state what he was carrying. However, they did just have his name, ID, alias, and, at least, how he's arriving. Now, with all of that, Izuki, she actually does begin to prepare. Her setting up her home base. Now, she does get some of the proper tools. And after that, she also does at least get a pair of wheels. Now, she steals another car. And, quite simply, hides it. Going to a hardware store and spraying it a different color. Let's say completely black. Now, she also does remove the license plate and anything that you could find within the vehicle to identify the original owner. Now, with all of that, she does actually get things ready. And next week, the man does arrive in the country. Izuki beginning to track him. He's going to be dropped off in an airport, then he's going to be put into this vehicle. Now, as she is actually waiting, she does slide on a mask and simply begin following the car. Now, as she is following them, they eventually do take another turn, and she does follow. Make sure to stay 5 to 6 car lengths away. Now, eventually, Izuki, she actually does turn onto a road, and this being quite strange. As soon as she turned onto the road, apparently there was construction work. However, that should not have been the case. The car that she was trailing just went through here. And she did think that that was quite odd. As she did drive away and hide the car in a back alley, getting out and using her gauntlets and firing a line up into the air as she pulls herself up. Now, running atop the rooftops, she actually does begin to try to follow the car. Now, eventually she does hear a gunshot, and she actually does make her way over. Being able to see currently what is happening. There is somebody trying to attack the vehicle, as she does actually take aim with her gauntlet and fire. As soon as she does fire, the person is hit in the back of the neck, and they actually do begin to spaz out, dropping the weapon in their hand as the people he was about to kill get out of the car and begin to run. Her immediately using her, well, zip line you could say, or her grappling hook, and hooking it to something, being able to swing in and actually kick the man directly in his side, as he gets sent flying away and smashing into the ground, or let's say at least landing on another car. Now, she quickly turns and begins to pursue who the man was about to kill, being able to catch up to them hiding in an alleyway. Now, as soon as she does find the man, she immediately does catch something that he was about to try and hit her with, immediately bending the metal and pulling it out of the man's hand, telling him that that is not necessary. No, please don't kill me. Kill you? What are you talking about? Wait, you're not here to kill me? No, but that guy back there, he's not going to stay down for very long. Do you mind telling me exactly what happened? Now, the man does try and give an explanation. He is trying to give information away. Oh, I see. That's why. But what about you? You're a widow. Her shaking her head no, stating that she is not a widow. She's something else. In fact, let's not name names. Now, as she does say that, the man does actually try and come up behind her. And he immediately tries to knock her out with a punch. However, as soon as he does actually try and hit her, she's able to move to the left. Him jabbing down into her shoulder as she does actually spin around and try and punch the man across the face. With that very same arm. Now, the man does throw himself backwards and back up. Getting back up to his feet as Izuki is surprised by this strange man. He looks like a hero, but he's a villain, right? I'm guessing you're the assassin. The man not saying a single word, as he actually does go to try and move forwards and attack Izuki. Her just quickly pulling off her glove, as she actually does move out forwards. Now, with all this time, wearing her gloves, especially since getting ready for the chase and running around a lot already, she's begun to start sweating. So, as soon as she does actually make physical contact with this guy, being able to touch bare skin, the man immediately goes limp, as his arm does begin to seize up and stop moving. Now, actually, the man, he didn't completely stop moving until after she grabbed his arm. His arm began to seize up, and then eventually his entire body began to stop working. Now, with that being said, she did walk back over and ask for this information. Sure, just please don't kill me. The man handing over a small disc, as he does ask Izuki if she can help them out. We were heading to a safe house. Once we got there, we were supposed to have our identities changed and hand over that information. Izuki taking a deep breath in before letting out a sigh, leading them back over to her car. Now, as soon as she does climb into it, she immediately grabs the laptop in the passenger seat, plugging the data in as she begins to copy it onto a laptop file, or save it onto a file. As soon as her laptop tells her that she has everything, she hands it back over, drives them over to where they need to be, and drops them off. However, as soon as someone did begin to suspect something, since that wasn't the usual driver nor the usual car, she began to speed away. And the man had to try and inform them that they were ambushed. And whoever that was, they saved his life. Now then, with all that being said, Izuki does head back home. Or, no, she wouldn't actually, my bad. She heads back towards this warehouse. Now, she does dump the car off somewhere and run back. As soon as she does arrive, she climbs into the skyline, being careful to disable the shock trap. Now, as soon as she's able to get inside, she actually does climb into a giant storage container, sitting down at a chair and setting the laptop down too, as she begins to look at the data. Let's see. Now, this data does actually contain certain things she was looking for. Apparently, there is information about the Japanese branch of the KGB, or whatever they would call it in this country. Now, she is quite impressed. However, she also does find a bit more information than she thought, especially a separate file. Now, she does click on the file and begin to look at some of the videos that they do have, as the file's name is Operation Wolf Spider. Now, Upon looking further into it, she does find that this is basically a male version of the Red Room. Instead of the Black Widow Project, it's the Wolf Spider Project. Meaning that they didn't just train powerful female assassins. Now she does have to keep her eye out for suspicious looking men. Now, she does continue to spy through more and more of the files, along with at least what seems to be a list of names. Now, none of the names currently stick out to her, as she does begin to keep going, finding that most of these names, if the candidates escaped, they most likely got them changed. So, some of this information is useless. Now, she does dig a little bit deeper and find that at least one training facility might still be active. Now, along with that, it does at least list 4 to 5 other facilities within the country. And she does actually at least think about that for a second. If one of these facilities is still training male candidates, then it's bad. Her deciding to try and look into the Black Widow Project for this country. However, whenever she does go to open the file, there is an error. And the file's data might have been corrupted. Now, with that being said, she is pissed off and angry, eventually heading home. Now, I do believe that I can leave this part off of here, and I do hope you guys enjoyed. To have an amazing night. Catch you guys in the next part.